Sister Alice Greer is a nun with the Sisters of St. Joseph of Sault Ste. Marie. She moved to Thunder Bay to begin her ministry at St. Joseph Smith's Clinic. She has been the chaplain at Lakehead University since 1990. Sister Alice enjoys woodworking, playing the guitar, banjo, cooking, swimming, watching movies, fishing, and traveling. One of the special things she loves about living in Thunder Bay is its connection to nature. Sister Alice Greer is enthusiastic about her life and the people she serves. We're blessed that she chose to make Thunder Bay her home. So let's begin Ask Your Leader with Sister Alice Greer.
Well, I think we'll start then.
Sister Alice, what made you decide to choose this vocation? Was it something that you had always wanted to do? If you didn't choose this vocation, was there another path you would have followed?
Well, when I was a little girl, I was taught by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Sault Ste. Marie. I was taught in grade 1, and then the principal at our school, which was St. Andrews, I grew up in Thunder Bay, was also a sister. Then one afternoon on a Saturday, my mom and dad told us, my sister and I, who's a little bit older than I, that we were asked to volunteer at the church. And so we went to St. Andrew's Church on Saturday morning, and there were two sisters there, Sister Irma and Sister Bertil, and they were called the Gold Dust Twins because they did a lot of work around Thunder Bay, which was Port Arthur at that time in Fort William. Anyway, I got to know Sister Irma and Sister Bertil very well, and I really liked what they did in terms of helping other people, reaching out to poor people, helping in soup kitchens, helping visit at the hospital, etc. And I thought that would be a neat thing to do. So that's why I entered the community of the Sisters of St. Joseph.
What does your daily life look like? What are some of your responsibilities? Are there some things you enjoy more than others?
Well, my daily life starts early in the morning. I start at 5:30 in the morning. And the reason why I get up at 5:30 is because I want to put in at least an hour of prayer time. And my hour of prayer time usually goes from 5:30 to 6:30. And during that time, I read the gospel of the day and I read different readings that I have. And that sets my day. Usually if I have my day set with God and with Jesus, then the rest of the day hopefully will go well. Sometimes there are little bumps in the road. And then during the course of my day, as I think you already know, I'm the chaplain at Lakehead University, and I've been at the university for 30 years. And during that day, part of my day, I counsel people that come in to see me. There are 4 areas that I counsel in: spiritual, grief, addictions, and personal. And I can see students, staff, and faculty. One of the things that's important for me during the day is to get out for a walk. So sometimes during my lunch hour, I'll walk from the university up to the regional hospital, around the hospital grounds, and then come back. And if I don't get time then when I get home from work, which is usually around 5 o'clock, I go for a walk then. I make my own meals and do my own shopping, and sometimes I visit my friends or my family. I've got a brother and 2 sisters in town, so go and visit them from time to time. Watch television, watch movies. I like different types of movies. One of my favorite movies, if you ever have a chance to watch it, is called The Book of Henry.
Sister Alice, before starting your current ministry at Lakehead, you were in many health centers, clinics, and hospitals. What made you leave, and do you miss working in those places?
I left when I was working in the hospitals because I was living in North Bay at the time. And I worked at St. Joe's Hospital in North Bay. I also worked in Sudbury, and I really enjoyed the hospital work. It was a privilege to work with the patients and also with the staff at the hospital. And yes, I do miss it from time to time because it was a different atmosphere that I'm working in now. But I moved because the sister who was my superior at that time, Sister Margaret Smith, encouraged me to come up and get some training at Smith Clinic. And yes, same Margaret Smith. She's the person who established Smith Clinic. And so I came up and I received training in addictions. And I worked in the field of addictions for a number of years. and then moved into to working at the university. There are similar things both at the university and at the hospital, but there are differences as well. I enjoyed both.
I have another question. What are the pros and cons of being in such a big family?
Oh, well, I guess you know that I've got 4 brothers and 3 sisters. The pros are that you always have a friend. There's always somebody around. There's always somebody to talk to. The cons is I'm one of the younger ones in the family. And so when I was growing up, we had a big station wagon. And a station wagon was taken over by the minivans that are around now. But in our station wagon, my mom and dad and my youngest brother sat in the front seat. My 4 older siblings sat in the back seat. And then my dad put in another seat into the very back of the station wagon. And that's where myself, my sister, my other brother sat. So we were always in the back seat. And so we were the first to get in and the last to get out. But that was okay. I mean, we shared everything, we had fun together, and we still connect with each other.
Sister Alice, why do you feel such a connection to nature? Are there outdoor activities that you especially enjoy that might build your relationship with God?
Oh, nature's an important thing for me. I think because from the time I can remember, my mom and dad had a camp. And it was out at East Loon Lake. And to tell you the truth, I thought that all of Thunder Bay closed on June the 30th and everybody went to a camp. Because when we would get home from school at the end of the school year, we all got into the station wagon. Remember, I got into the back. And we went out to camp. And we spent the whole summer out at camp. And so we had time to go fishing, time to go hiking, time to make bows and arrows, and to go up to the baseball field, time to run, time to swim, time to be in the rowboat. And so it was just a wonderful time in my life, and I've extended that into the rest of my life. Any occasion I have to get out, maybe go for a walk around Boulevard, go down by the lakefront here in the city. My sister still has a place, so I go down to her place from time to time and go out in her rowboat or her canoe and enjoy the quiet and the starlit nights and the bonfires. Even the bugs can be okay.
I have another question. What types of things do you create while wood carving?
Oh, wood carving, that's a specialty in my life. That's my, the area that I most enjoy when I have an opportunity. Over the years, I've made puzzles for my nieces and my nephews. I've made different types of gifts for friends of mine. A couple summers ago, one of my sisters said to me, you know what I'd really appreciate having is one of those little book nooks. You know, where you go and you take a book or you leave a book and it's free. And so you open the little door and you take a look at the books that are in there. Well, I made that for her.
Okay, this is probably my last question. Did you write any songs with the guitar or banjo?
Yes, I did. I used to write songs when I was a teenager. I haven't written a song in a long, long time, but I used to write them, and then I played them for my mom. And my mom would say, well, that one sounds pretty good, but maybe you want to change the beat. And so I'd change the beat a little bit. Or she'd say, play that one on when we have the bonfire, because that would be a good one for everybody to sing along. From time to time, I pick up those instruments and play them just to remind myself that I know how.
When you play the guitar banjo, do you play indoors or outdoors?
Depends on where I am. If I'm down at camp, I'll play them outdoors. Or sometimes I play the guitar on the balcony, or sometimes indoors. During the winter, usually I play indoors. During the summer, I play outdoors.